crit hero at all, or is it going to need a little bit more gold?
It feels more like a Nightfall hero, because I think Crit wants to be more of a playmaker, and often what happens with Dawnbreaker is your rest of your teammates are off like making plays on the map, and you're like playing in that like dead lane where no one wants to farm, and then you ulti to join the fight, so you kind of often end up playing separate, if you want to play around your ultimate. So to me, it feels a bit more like a Nightfall hero, but...
And even when you look at the regions that play Dawnbreaker the most, I feel like when you open the pubs, Eastern Europe just adores it.
Yeah.
It's like everywhere. Safe lane, off lane, doesn't matter. They know the hero inside and out. Is it the Aghanims build on some support, or is it some, I don't know, Basher, BKB Deso with the blink, with the Aghanim shard where you just jump in and stun people? Doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
However, one thing that you said is Dazzle isn't really not highly contested, maybe not highly rated at the moment.
Yeah, right.
I feel like that might change, right? Yeah. Like he's looking. It's not even only about the hero; it's the play style. Like you just get this 5-man snowball that's with Dazzle and let's say one more hero that can heal itself with some mechanic, and you just can't burn through that. You just don't have enough damage. There's just so many damage mitigation abilities and spells right now. Add on top some Wyvern, some Dazzle, you can't kill anyone. Like we see these team fights. Yesterday it happened a couple of times.
Yeah.
Like only position 4s die and that's it. Everyone just scatters back, right?
Yeah. They're either like able to disengage or they are able to sort of sustain their way through that. Would you like a Winter Wyvern on Spirit? Do you think that's the extra heal that they need? Or are you hoping to see in a different sort of hero?
I'm not a big fan of the 4 Wyvern. I know like PSGLGD plays some 4-position Wyvern, but I think getting for Team Spirit, I'd much rather see like that kind of playmaker for Void Spirit to kind of sync up with. Like I think Wyvern and Dazzle overlap too much.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Like I was just giving an example of Wyvern.
Of course.
When I saw the Wyvern Dazzle, it was even Wyvern mid. I believe it was Liquid playing it yesterday, right? And it worked out well for them. But right now, what they're lacking is, I completely agree with Gods. They need something with the Void Spirit to jump in, to go in first, make stuff happen.
Does anything stand out as a Spirit hero that does that? I know Eastern Europe like Snap. She isn't really banned.
Yeah, like I don't know if Snap is truly the right option. I wouldn't even mind something like a Nyx that's still in the pool versus the Puck versus Dawnbreaker. Like for me, it's.
I was going to say Tusk for Spirit, but EG get their hands on that. I think both teams, their 4 positions are actually kind of similar. I think hero pool wise and playstyle wise, like Tusk, Nyx, or Spirit maybe less so these days. It's kind of fallen off, but I could see something very similar in Team Spirit for Mira.
While we're waiting for their pick, I do want to talk about the Nyx a little bit because the last series that were being played got picked up twice, I think, on the side of Talon and also the side of Fnatic on other streams. But Nyx is definitely up there in the pick rates for this major. How do you like it as a hero in this meta?
We got asked, I think, yesterday by Sajidine.
Oh, yeah?
It was one of those things where I think some teams were picking it too early in drafts.
Of course.
Because if it's one of those things like you pick it up and then there's all these int mids so you don't want to play into it. At least that's historically been the case. So I think waiting to pick it, like when you see the Puck and the Dawnbreaker, suddenly I think Nyx becomes a lot more viable. But I don't think picking Nyx early in the draft is necessarily...
He's more like a pocket pick. It's something that you want to like pick out in the end of a second phase.
He counters stuff, but you don't want to counter stuff that hasn't been picked yet, in my mind at least, with the draft.
Yeah.
Makes sense. For me, Nyx Assassin, exactly like Parker said, would work here because he would already be countering a couple of these heroes. He's not great versus Tusk, right? But versus Puck and Dawnbreaker, you already have that Carapace to mess up the ulti combo to catch Puck.
Oh wow, Spirit are going to be able to get Monkey King and Zeus. Is Zeus that playmaker that you liked in position 4?
No.
No, yeah. I guess we don't know. With Void Spirit mid, so I guess it is support Zeus.
Yeah, you can jump out of the shards, right? That's something, like you can get away from the Tusk. But, okay, so the offlaner needs to be that frontliner now for them, definitely.
I was going to say, because we also get the Monkey King, and sometimes that could be flexed to 4, but now that Zeus is out, that one's more likely to be going to 4, which means Monkey King carry?
There is a world where Void Spirit goes offlane, I think.
Yeah.
It's being done. It's a bit out of the,
I don't know why you would do it, though, versus a Puck mid, right?
Yeah, I think it's just if you want to do core Zeus, but like you say, why would you want... Again, you're playing into Puck, you want the Void Spirit.
Void Spirit is good there. EG, do hit them with the problem, that's this Enigma. Now you have to be thinking about ways of dealing with that black hole.
Yep.
Like something that goes through it. When you look at the offlaners that are still in the pool, Beastmaster is kind of the obvious one, right? Like you could go for that. They also do need that way of starting, not necessarily starting the fight, but something to front line. And with all the creeps, with the Beastmaster, you could definitely get the utility and the ways of starting fights. So.
Eastern Europe also loves Beastmaster. That was something that was very, very highly contested. It was up there being banned a bunch of games, but it was also the region's 5th most picked hero in Division 1, 2, or 3. So we know that it is a playstyle that Eastern Europe likes, something that Spirit really likes too, and something that you are saying now works quite well with their lineup.
Yeah, if you think about it, not a lot of regions have been picking Beastmaster, but Eastern Europe has. So
the one thing it doesn't bring is any team fight. I mean, Spirit have some, like you mentioned, like the way they defend stuff and like play around. Like they can play without team fight, but it's very hard to execute. Like I look at this draft and they're playing into Enigma Park, Dawnbreaker. It's like, how do you?
It's a lot of team fight, yeah.
I mean, there's no one hero that's going to match up against what EG have, but it does feel like at some point you want something to kind of frontline and give you that big, blink stun team fight. Mars gets banned. Like those kind of collapse heroes to me also make sense.
Yeah, I agree. For me, there's also this idea of sometimes you look at the drafts and you have to realize we're not going to win the team fights, right? Like sometimes teams get Phoenix, Enigma, Void. Like you're not winning the team fights against that. Yeah. Let's find a different way of approaching the fights. Let's find a different ways of fighting, and that's usually just spreading out the map, spreading out the fights, getting pickoffs, or at least trying to do that.
The Beastmaster is a kind of cool idea. It's also a vision hero, because you want to avoid team fights, you want to be able to see your enemies. So,
is there anything else that we're missing?
I was just about to ask that, right? Let's say Beastmaster gets banned here last. Is there something else Spirit could pick up?
Is Night Stalker an idea? What do you think? Like
it's banned.
It's banned. Okay.
Don't talk about it.
It's an idea.
It is still an idea. It's
idea.
just not an idea that can work in this game.
Yeah.
They banned the Timbersaur instead, so that beast is still in the pool.
But you can see the general idea, though. They're just banning these heroes that can frontline, that can go in, that can pressure you early on before you even come to your necessary items.
Of course, of course. You don't have any other ideas of something that they could be missing in this lineup for Spirit?
Nothing jumps out to me. I feel like there's a few gaps in their draft, like because of this Enigma pick, which for EG it seems really solid right now. Like, okay, so they answer the Enigma with Doom.
Okay. It's going to be a different Doom than what we saw last game. Do you like it a little bit more? Do you like what it adds to Spirit's lineup as a final pick?
It's solid. It does leave them vulnerable a little bit to a couple of cores that do well against him, right? Like some the Monkey King obviously has been already picked by Spirit, so that's not an option. Is there anything else? Like a Nursa is
Wraith King. I mean, Wraith King's, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Wraith King hasn't been banned or picked at all this major. I say it's only day 2, There's
poor Skelly Daddy. one day.
He's forgotten about now. He's just long in the past.
Illusion heroes always feel good against Doom too. There's potential that Naga, TB.
I was gonna say TB is still in the pool.
Yeah, TB
good.
Doom is so-so. It's playable, but
Lone Druid instead.
Wow, Arteezy plays Lone Druid. Okay.
All right.
Do you like it? Is this something that is gonna give EG a leg up, a potential first win for them?
I think it's a great pick.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of these other teams, particularly in Europe, playing a lot of Lone Druid. And in NA, some of the EG's opposition there, like you've got Gunner who plays a lot of Lone Druid. So it fits this game. It's a hero that doesn't care about getting doomed. It also just pushes the tempo and hits the similar timings with Enigma, who wants to get the fast Wraith pack. You've got Roche taking potential, a Playmaker and Puck. I think it's a hero that can put Spirit really on the back foot here.
I wasn't sure, but Parker definitely made me go EG's way. He convinced me. Yeah. The Lone Druid comes online way too fast, and I believe that they can take Roche, they can roll over the game with that, but Team Spirit's draft is also very solid.
All right, well, taking into account the draft, the skills, are we putting all the panel eggs in the NA basket here?
There's one team that's 4-0 and one team that's 0-4. So before we all go into the EG basket, think hard, Liz.
Are you still sticking with EG? This is your last chance to change.
Why do you do this to me? I was with you, and now when you remind me of the scores, no, I'm going with EG anyway. I'll give them this one shot.
All right, we're all going in for NA here, but we are jumping into game 1. It's going to be Gareth and Lacoste again.
Thank you so much. Yeah, EG with a lot of objective-taking prowess backed up by some serious team fight, while Team Spirit laning power, do you reckon?
Not so much against the Lone Druid. This is last pick Lone Druid, so he's going to have a really good lane playing into Doom, playing into Zeus as well. This is not like a strong lane, and Dawnbreaker can stabilize some of these lanes. Also try to get a potential kill. Trade, come back to lane. Should be relatively safe lane for Arteezy to play for this Lone Druid. They needed something that gives them tower damage. I mean, Enigma is decent amount, but it's not what you want, because right now they have a lot of tempo with Lone Druid, and they
gives you that punch.
Absolutely, Lone Druid comes online super fast, as we've seen during the previous tournaments, during the DPC as well, where you get like Mask of Madness Deso, and you're ready to go. You can also go for the Roche, pretty similar to like timings, I would say, to Bristleback.
Yeah, just very quickly up and running as we can get ourselves here into game one of this best of two as EG take on Team Spirit. Now, as the panel was saying as well, one team 0-4, one 4-0. EG need to get a couple of wins under their belt.
They definitely need this dub, and they do have a good draft this time around. I like how they swap things around a little bit. Also, some of the things to mention is Tusk against Dazzle, against the Grave unit. That's always going to work really nice, because you have 3 abilities to keep them in place, whether we're talking about the Shards, the Snowball, or the Punch. So it's not going to be as efficient. Even Malefice. Kill the bear, get that 300.
The double 300, XP and gold. Oh, can they finish it off? Arteezy.
Oh, good body
block for the Monkey King.
He's like, how's he blocking me? There's nothing there. It's Monkey King who's still smoked.
Wonderful stuff. Coming out of the Monkey King there.
It's a lot of XP. It's a lot of shared XP, and Toronto, extra 300 gold for him.
Yeah, 60 experience each, spread out across all 5 of them, as they were all there for the bear. And Team Spirit taking control of the bottom bounty runes and getting a high ground observer ward up and near that mid lane as well, while Abed is forced to orb. Oh, he's dead! First blood from Miposhka and a D-ward. You couldn't ask for a better start for Spirit. It's ridiculous.
This is perfect. EG might still be jet lagged. I don't know what's happening. It's difficult. Void Spirit has almost enough to buy a bottle 7 seconds into the game. Almost said 7 minutes, but he needs 1 CS.
Have fun, says Abed. Oh, yeah. I think they're already well underway and having fun with this one. A beautiful start out of Team Spirit. And what's that going to mean for their laning stage? Abed's going to be incredibly far behind. He's 300 away from his bottle. He's going to have to TP into mid lane. Do you try and bring someone like, does Fly stick around to like help the Puck the first wave, or do you just leave it to naturally 1v1?
Puck against Void Spirit?
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely do. I also want to see the rotation, something that PSG LGD did really well, especially Jinkyu, going for that 4-minute water rune, not allowing enemy mid laner to get it, and also going into enemy jump goal, picking up the bounty rune, the 3-minute bounty rune. So you're kind of leaving mid laner not having any region and giving that advantage to your mid laner. He's already off to a good start, and this is Void Spirit favorite matchup. We're talking about 60-40 against Puck.
Yeah,
Toronto Tokyo is going to reconnect to the game.
Does very well indeed. Yeah. Toronto Tokyo back in. As we do have a number of Blightstones out. Lone Druid has one. He's gone for the branch build. We've got one over on that Yatoro Monkey King as well, so maybe we see an Orb of Corrosion coming out for him. It does appear that Arteezy will be going for the bear build. But back in the day, he was one of the main proponents of that range.
He's not going to go for your build, Gary. No bear, build? Spirit Link, and what was the other ability called? Rabid, back in the days. Miposhka did block a small camp for Puck, so this is also another tool to deal with it, because mid Pucks do stack the camp and also farm it relatively quickly, so that's going to be some extra XP for Toronto Tokyo that he already has from killing that bear, because he can farm his own small camp.
Yeah, I remember making a YouTube video looking over Arteezy's Lone Druid. It was back when he played the ranged druid, like Dragonlance, Maelstrom, and all the talents he had for it. But nowadays it is all about the bear again, with that Deso and the Mask of Madness. Yatoro and Miposhka not able to contend with the Eidolons just yet. Nightfall will keep dragging that wave back away from them, and Crit can obviously place himself quite aggressively to see where Miposhka's Dazzle is lurking.
It's not going to be an easy lane for Monkey King. A lot of that XP will be gone. Nightfall will be denying his item build. Magic Wand, 3 branches going into Ring of Bassi, so heavily focusing on early stages of the game. Tusk going for more of a fighting build where they want to get killed. Like, well, you got to be very careful on Dazzle once they hit level 2. With the Ice Shards and Tag Team, there's going to be a lot of procs from Eidolons.
Yeah, get that slow going incredibly consistently. And that Enigma, what kind of item build are we going later on into the game, though? Is it the Spirit Vessel build? Is it the Arcanes, the Blink BKB? What do you reckon we see from Nightfall here from EG?
I think this one might be just Blink BKB, and then get a Linken's Refresher, because there's only one way to stop the Black Hole, and it's Doom.
Yeah. Yeah, that single counter that Team Spirit has in the hands of Collapse. So far, decent for the Monkey King, 10 and 2. Even though that lane is being denied out and dragged back. Well, down at bottom, Collapse is 8-0. Lone Druid CS 9 and 4. It seems like Team Spirit keeping that wave relatively close to their tier 1 tower, so Mirror Zeus can keep zapping away at Flies, position 5 Dawnbreaker. If they do get in on top of the Zeus, though, with Orb of Venom and Tangling Claws, you know, Mirror could be in an awful lot of trouble. Quite a lot of chase potential, just like this, but...
Jumps out. Cool ability. On cooldown for 20 seconds. Fly still thinking about going in, but
good
Mirror
cancel.
Ready with the bolt.
Stops the Starbreaker from landing. That final hit with the stun. And the resummon.
Correct, needs to TP out. Miposhka with that poison touch, because he got the first blood, does have boots of speed, so would be able to chase him down.
Chase for days. He does TP back to his tier 1, so crit is readily available, and it looks like he's going to wander in towards mid, and the call that you made for the guarding of the runes will come to fruition here for EG. Bounty already taken by Miposhka, though, so crit unable to find it. Has to shard block the Dazzle away, gets a couple more hits in on the way out.
Leaving some solo XP to Nightfall. Enigma definitely needs it. Miposhka also giving solo XP to Yatoro, because that XP is getting denied. And we can see the odds on screen. Team Spirit definitely favored in this one. Considering the start, not a surprise.
Yeah, absolutely not. The bear kill, the Obs D ward, the bounty runes, and that first blood on our bed, while Fly does die down bottom to Mirror and Collapse. Expecting things to go the other way with the Lone Druid and this Dawnbreaker who can play aggressively. But Team Spirit responding very nicely. You know, again, the XP and gold lead
Hurricane on Mirror.
they get from the start.
And the root
the Entangling Claws.
does have Fairy Fire. Not gonna even use it.
Perfectly fine. He can walk himself back to base, or jump himself back there with the Heavenly Jump. And then return full resources. Get his mana and HP all topped up.
Those neutral creeps, they go for the best play you can think of.
Yeah, they want to show their skills, don't they? Quick little Savage Roar from Arteezy's Lone Druid.
Hobbit doing a very good job on a mid lane in terms of CS, considering that Toronto did have extra 300 gold. 26 against 23.
He's a wave ahead. Good sidestep from Collapse, though. And this Infernal Blade doing a tremendous amount of damage to the bear.
And the
kills
chain,
it
another
off.
300.
Finishes the bear off. He'll lose his life, sure, but that's well worth it, right?
Yeah, definitely. He got the solo XP from that, which is going to bring him closer to level 5. Mira was absent. He was not in the lane. And now when he comes back to the lane, they're still going to have the skill potential, especially when Doom hits level 6. It's being pinged out. Fly wants to drag the creep wave and pull it back. Doom TPing in.
Yeah, Mira trying to contest it. Well, up at top, Nightfall. He has to Malefice back Yatoro. Crit very low, tag teaming away, but he's going to die into the boundless strike of the Monkey King.
Oh no, Gary, what is that on Monkey King?
Oh, is that Hand of Midas?
It is Hand of Midas.
Did
we stop counting at 0-5?
Just keeps getting worse and worse. We'll see, though. We'll see. Midas might maybe making a comeback this tournament. We've had it on Dooms, we've had it on Nature's Prophet, we've had it on Juggernauts, and now the Monkey King.
We saw one on Seb trying to get it on Io 2 times, actually.
3 heroes mid, coming straight in towards the Void Spirit. Toronto, Tokyo dissimulates, back away, jumps with the Astral Step. The shards will land, but his range drops. Keep him healthy. And Crit dying to the poison touch of the Dazzle, so the rotation in from Eposhka more than pays for itself.
Has
He can
Mango
deny
and
the
Crave.
DD rune.
He can TP out.
Can he? Oh, you're right. He might just be able to slip away from danger. Starbreaker
last
comes
second.
in from Fly at the last moment needed.
That was close, but yeah, clutch play, saving Toronto Tokyo. He's super tanky, gets that resident pulse on 3 heroes, gets the magic wand, and also the infused raindrop that you mentioned.
Incredibly close stuff, though. Now Nightfall taking a beating from Yatoro. He's got the Boundless Strike, the ability to clear out Eidolons, especially when he's got Jingu stacks up. Very
Big
useful for the Monkey.
discrepancy on top lane. Enigma about to hit level 5, Monkey 6.5.
That's not what we expect, is it? With Enigma denying all these creeps.
Miposhka did a very good job zoning out Tusk. Didn't allow them to play aggressively at all, forcing Tusk to TP out. Tusk didn't have Boots of Speed. He played more for the lane. Had that Magic Stick and Fairy Fire.
We go, Toronto, Tokyo. He wants RTZ. Mirror does die to Fly, but that's a whatever moment. They've killed the Lone Druid, taking him out of the game while Yatoro is being chased down by Crit and Nightfall. Eidolon's tag team slowing him over and over again. Boundless Strike comes as Yatoro tries to fight back.
He does have phase
might
boots.
find Nightfall here with a couple more swipes of his massive stick, and they don't even get the kill on him.
He's like, we need an extra hero here. What a great read from Yatoro to turn around and just man up, keep fighting, get that Jingu proc, and then gets a good Boundless.
Yeah, EG falling further and further behind. 2K lead developing for Team Spirit. I still yet to see Abed really make his mark on this game yet. Hasn't got a coil out, hasn't found any real openings. They missed out on Toronto Tokyo, who turns it straight back onto Abed, kills his courier, and Mirror's help here will find them a kill on the puck. Team Spirit is playing so much faster and snappier, decisive Dota from them.
They're so quickly to move. And look at the levels right now. You have Void Spirit, who's about to hit level 8. You have Collapse on bottom, level 7. Almost Hand of Midas. Like, they're winning the laning stage, and they're going for 2 Hand of Midas.
Well, yeah, 777 across all 3 dire cores. They hit the jackpot there on the slots. There's Yatoro. He comes back up top, probably eyeing up another kill on Nightfall. But Abed and Crit under the Dire Observer ward, scouted out, and Team Spirit knows what's coming.
They're showing mid Void Spirit, who does not have a TP rotation, but good read from Team Spirit, not allowing EG to get anything done. Some damage will be done to tower, but other than that, they did dodge a gank.
Yeah, and they can move now to play aggressively in the mid lane, bottom lane as well. Pressuring into these tier 1s. Fly left to his own devices to try and clear out the creep wave. And there's the Hand of Midas on the Doom.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
9 minutes in.
Dire's structures are fortified.
One thing about Collapse is he's been super stable ever since he joined the scene. He always manages to get stuff done. Like, you can rely on him that he's going to have a farm that, with that farm, he's going to do something.
Dire's top
Yeah, it's kind of similar in my mind to Nisha, like almost robotic, right? Very few mistakes, always very stable. Sometimes with the flashy plays, you know, they can pull it out of the bag, but always consistently good.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Yatoro wanting that bottom tower. Orb of Corrosion helping him out. The rest of the team, a nice barrier through that bottom jungle to guard him and the mid lane, which Toronto Tokyo will claim. Top tower did fall. Enigma managed to take the objective there, so the top jungle does open up for EG.
Team Spirit is messing with EG's momentum. This Lone Druid is supposed to have a lot of farm. He's sitting in the middle of the pack, still trying to farm up his Mask of Madness, so items are going to be delayed. And as you mentioned, Yatoro on the bottom lane with that Orb of Corrosion, ready to kill the tower.
Yeah, take it out even as his catapult waves are arriving. And they can now think about mounting their defense in the mid lane. And EG are bringing, what, 5 heroes here? 4 at least. Arteezy's Lone Druid not too far away as Abed attempting the Waning Rift jump. A very tight window to catch Toronto Tokyo and doesn't quite make it work. And now they can focus in on that catapult.
Their tower defense is really not that great for Team Spirit. They don't have Chain Lightning on Zeus, but they will use that Poison Touch, try to delay as much as possible with the Glyph while Yatoro still yet to use his first Hand of Midas. They need to let this one go.
Yeah, they're not defending this to stop the tower dying. They're just delaying it and making EG a little more uncomfortable or required to expend more resources as we have our second Hand of Midas for Spirit now delivered. Monkey King gets the first use out of his. Also got queued up next, Echo into BKB. So he'll start scaling very quickly with the Midas, getting those levels going. Buying a Midas on a Monkey King in this game is like a middle finger to the Enigma, right? Like, you've denied my creeps, I'm going to buy a Hand of Midas. Where's all that experience gone?
Snowball chasing Monkey King.
He is up in the treetops.
And now he's in a bad spot.
Crit is all alone. Mirror collapse come in from the side.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Nice and simple from Team Spirit.
Those Hand of Midases are going to kick in soon. Extra Devour gold, but EG keeping things at the 3k gold lead deficit for now.
Yeah, it's just the Lone Druid really is the one that feels like he needs to catch up the most. Mask of Madness. I think he's being delivered now, so the Desolator is queued up and on its way for Artur. Yatoro. Oh, he's been found here with a coil and a Starbreaker. Stuck around with no one nearby.
Having a coil and also Dawnbreaker does allow you to land another stun with Solar Guardian, so that's a big pickup. Toronto Tokyo.
Yeah, does fine fly. They got enough damage to finish him off because the Celestial Hammer creates a bit of a gap, needs the extra Astral Step. That was a dominating Dawnbreaker. She was 4x kill streak there. Oh, this Infernal Blade, so good against the bear. Every time he gets tagged, he loses like 30.
It's only level 1 Infernal Blade.
Yeah. 30% of his HP just disappears. When you go in with a Savage Roar, Mira, he towed the line there so he can keep the spells going and claims the 300 gold and XP again.
I believe that's the third one. So extra 900 gold in Team Spirit pockets.
Not an easy game for Arteezy. Toronto Tokyo down to bottom while EG smoke themselves across. Crit, Arbed, connecting with Nightfall. Still waiting to see this first black hole of the game.
Team Spirit is in no rush whatsoever. They know that they scale extremely well with those two Hand of Midases. You have Zeus position 4, so late game is already secured. Right back down on Enigma, so some extra damage reduction. Looking for an opening. A bit difficult. They need Puck to initiate with the coil and still respecting the tower. Mira feeling relatively safe farming underneath this tier 2.
Miposhka is just so good with his warding though. The two wards top have secured them safety several times, and now he gets a D-ward on top of it.
Also, this ward between tier 1 and tier 2 tower on a mid lane is showing when they're gonna smoke. Ah, look at Miposhka. Just chilling on his dazzle.
He's like toying with him. Come on, dive me onto tier 2, dare ya. Fly not going to fall for it though.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, another move where EG really desperate to get something on the map. Will snowball onto Mira. Catch the Zeus out with a quick little shard, and he leaps over the igloo, easy as can be. Now Toronto Tokyo, hasted, potential to wrap around into the back lines. Doom gets dodged out a little bit there by the Arbed phase shift, and they black hole collapse straight off the bat. Mira can still zap back in with a lightning bolt, and Miposhka will save his buddy for a second while the Wukong's bound to strike. Arbed, he's taken out inside the circle. Now the balance from Yatoro comes out, catching out Nightfall and Toronto Tokyo. Still playing in the back lines. Enigma, what can he do? He can Malefice, he can try and run away, but they've got a Yule Scepter up into the sky. Fly and crit, they want this Void Spirit. I don't think they've got enough damage.
No, here comes Arteezy.
Lone Druid does arrive, and Toronto Tokyo graved up. Dissimilate in 3 seconds.
Charges.
He's got the wand, and now Dissimilate Astral Step. Miposhka picks up the double kill.
Can he get a root? I believe he can. He's way too speedy. Mask of Madness is available.
Go on. There it is. I did kill off Yatoro in the midst of all that. But the bear got to be so careful against collapsing the hurricane back into the waiting arms of Mira and Miposhka. Another bear dead.
EG heavily committing to kill Doom with Black Hole and Coil, and then they had issues controlling Void Spirit. A bit of a different item build from Void Spirit this time around, because in the previous game we saw Rush onto Aghanim Scepter, but this Yule Scepter is really good to set things up, potentially cancel the Black Hole, remove the Silence, buy some time during the Coil, And now he's going into Aghanim Scepter.
I think EG did come out on top in terms of the gold and experience coming their way. Not a perfect team fight, but something is something for them at this point. But if Team Spirit are the ones who are able now to get the jump and maybe use some aggressive vision to their advantage, their wards get spotted by the Abed Courier.
As you know, something is up, but there is Arcane Rune on Void Spirit, so he definitely wants to go in. Boshka already has Shard.
Yeah, the Thunder God's Wrath as well to try and scout them out. Toronto Tokyo
Double
onto Nightfall, straight towards the Enigma, catch him out and kill him off.
But there's no follow-up. This
Three-man
coil looks good, but no one is around.
Into what? Into nothing. And the deep ward still
providing a ton of vision, giving them that vision that they need to start a fight. Yatoro, with this build, Hand of Midas, Echo Saber, he wants to join relatively early on.
Yeah, continue these fights, keep on going, brawling away. Tier 1 opens up for them in the mid lane. Top is being pushed out. They've got Fly and Arteezy in the vicinity, but looks like Arteezy just wants to continue last-hitting creeps to finish off the Deso.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
And they do lose Fly's courier as well. Nothing too important on it though.
Crit.
Radiant's
Planted the ward and is sitting inside the Roche pit. Next Black Hole will be ready in 30 seconds. Deso will be done at the same time pretty much. So I want to see EG try to go for a smoke play and transition that into Roche. They could also potentially snatch the Roche. With the tag team and Lone Druid, they definitely have more than enough damage.
Yeah, plenty of great ways to be in the pit. And a Philosopher's Stone for Lone Druid.
He's gonna keep that. It's one of those items that, like Zeus, if played from mid lane, Tinker, they definitely love to keep it.
Yeah, certain core heroes can definitely handle it. Team Spirit sat behind their ward. They do still have that high ground ward over in that bottom jungle. Didn't get removed out even though it was scouted by a courier and a sentry. EG not wanting to play down there instead as Radiant, of course, heading up to top, wanting to control Roshan. And here's the move you called for, smoke into the pit.
They feel comfortable. Extra damage from Wraith Pact, extra damage reduced, and also having a black hole security. So Team Spirit, they are not going to defend it. This is a team that is making an aggressive move, even though they're down 7k gold. So this is something you need to have a good read, how to come back into the game. Also potentially stealing Roche from Team Spirit. Their Roche taking potential is not that great. They have some minus armor coming up from Dazzle, but that's about it.
And it feels like they're still waiting for BKB to come up on the Monkey King, which is going to take a little while still. So we could see Team Spirit here just wait out the Aegis, but they're actually trying to set a trap in the mid lane, baiting with Toronto Tokyo. EG not biting. And wanting to continue playing under their own vision there, EG with 2 wards up around Roshan and near that top jungle. And a tier 2 should be a pretty easy take for them at this point. Lone Druid hitting one of his massive spikes here with a Deso Mom, ready just to rip apart buildings. But here comes Team Spirit. 4 men smoked. Monkey King could TP up there to try and start things off. The scan already used. And EG spots nothing. Under Radiant Vision, but the smoke still gives them this guise of invisibility. High ground ward for them as well. They spot Fly, they see Crit, jump the Tusk.
EG will fall back. They understand that they got what they came for. They got that tier 2 tower and potentially get the outpost. Might be a bit tricky standing there.
And Team Spirit want to reclaim that. But EG just holding their ground at this point.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Arcane Rune spawns up at top. Toronto Tokyo
He's
and Mira.
thinking about going in, and he gets in.
Try and get the bear, but the fear and the coil, the snap and the kill. The grave comes in. Maposhka saves Toronto Tokyo. Dissimulate now out as well. He's got the one charge to yours. He can't get himself out of here. Surely not. Arbed will finish him off.
That was such a greedy play from Toronto. Even though they have heals coming out from Dazzle and the Shallow Grave, it's still not enough. And there's the Doom.
Solo Black Hole onto him. He's spent his Doom. Arbed should be all right there with the Wraith Pact near him. They don't have too many heals to pump into the puck, but yeah, perfectly fine to even farm away at neutral.
Does
Well,
have a
Yatoro, BKB tries the Wukong, but punched out. Arbed cleared up by the Thunder God's Wrath, finishes him off at long last. Crit destroyed by the Monkey, and the Boundless gives him the double.
Now, what a turnaround from Team Spirit. They did, once again, heavily commit from EG to get that Doom killed, even though he got the Doom off. But, yeah, Zeus, Zeus 4,000 damage. And we talked about scaling, how well Team Spirit scales into the late game. This is Zeus with Philosopher's Stone, position 4. So that means that his damage output and his item are kind of secure. You know that eventually he's going to have that Aghanim Scepter. Going for the Yule Scepter for now to be able to defend himself and also potentially Yule's the Bear into the air. That's a second Yule, so got to be really careful how much damage Bear can do if he gets Yule twice.
And against some of these really tanky heroes, you've got Dawnbreaker, you know, Enigma, Lone Druid in his ulti form, but the Spirit Bear in particular, having this static field to do percentage-based damage is massive. As Nightfall does get cleared up, they've got the coil in onto 2 of them, and Miposhka dying next to his Monkey King, but the Wukongs will come out. Arteezy, Savage Roar, push him away, the attack claws keep him inside, but he's still going to get pummeled down by the Lone Druid.
EG understanding that they need to take out Dazzle first, and finally they're able to do it. A couple of coil plus the silence, more than enough. Dazzle needs to keep the distance. They need that grave to get off into the fight.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Aghanim Scepter down on Toronto Tokyo. Has that arcane rune that he picked up and died after that. Now has Invis rune. I feel like Team Spirit is the one who's controlling majority of the runes this game.
It definitely feels that way. Lotus Orb there on Fly. What's that primarily going to be?
Removing the silence on Puck and also pre-casting it on Enigma, so Doom is going to think twice whether he wants to use it or not.
Yeah, don't want to doom yourself, but sometimes you might have to. Shiva's God coming up next for Collapse.
Radiant's bottom tower
Incredibly farmed. 13,000 net worth from the position 3. Doom always going to be overtaking these heroes. Probably another reason why this Monkey King went the Hand of Midas, so he's trying to keep up with his offlane player. Deso lined up next. And then we see the big differences. The spread of net worth for EG, I guess, coming more standard.
tower is under attack.
I see the curve there. A little different from Team Spirit, with Toronto Tokyo quite often taking the back seat to Collapse and Yatoro.
Radiant are scanning.
Aegis just ran out. Smoke. Radiant using a... They know something is up. After using the scan, Mira immediately pops that Zeus ulti. Knows something is happening because they are... Like, it's very easy to read moves like this because they're showing way too many heroes, so that means that EG's not playing defensively.
Dire's bottom
And
tower
nobody on the
is
map,
under attack.
and nobody ganking. Means the smoke was coming. Munching away at the tier 1 though. Lone Druid makes short work of objectives as always. And they will set themselves up in dire triangle with some nice vision coming out from EG. I think is this where Team Spirit want to smoke and try and play into them, or are they still comfy to drag this game out a little bit longer?
I think they're fine taking a fight right now, even though if they wait an extra minute or two, they will have an extra set of items. That's Deso and potentially Shiva's Guard on Doom. So those two are big ones. So I feel like they're gonna wait until those two. And never mind, I just lied, Gary.
Dire's bottom
They're
tower is
smoking.
under attack.
I want to make something happen. I guess you know that EG, they're itching for a win. They can feel it. In a decent position here to push down bottom tier 2 tower, but the ward's being removed. Arteezy front lining. The Bear, the Wraith Pact already being
Good
pushed
positioning
out.
from Crit. They already placed another ward, and he's ready to potentially save people if they go in. EG taking the tier 2 tower.
Oh, but look at this warding from Spirit.
Oh, they found an opening.
Bear jumped upon. Wall stomp Doom. Puck being obliterated. Yule's not available. Being doomed up there by Collapse. They put a Lotus Orb on him at the very end, but it's not going to save you.
Vision from Team Spirit, as you mentioned, they're doing a very good job every single time EG places a ward. They're already there. Miposhka having a really good read how EG is playing around their vision, and most of those wards are getting dewarded.
Yeah, the Puck now is getting Kaya Sands trying to get the Lincoln Sphere. Needs so many defensive tools to deal with this Doom. Team Spirit need to maintain their lanes though. Bottom lane needs to get shoved out. Thunder God's Wrath there, trying to give the vision. So collapse. No, he's safe. There's no one backing up the Eidolons and the small creep push coming the way of that bottom tier 3. RTZ not too far away from Assault Cuirass, it looks like. Just a recipe off.
Philly Stone helping out quite a lot. Another Arcane Rune for Toronto.
And skips away from this smoke that I think EG were under a dire ward when they used this, so Team Spirit well aware. You can see their movements on the map. The trio of heroes mid, back to their tier 2. And the scribbles on the map indicating they know exactly where EG are. Scan will come back up again. Probably don't need to use it just yet. Can hold on to that.
A little surprised how under-leveled Toronto Tokyo is, considering that he's 3-1 and 9. He's the same level as Mira.
Yeah, he's not really been given the lanes to push out and farm. It's been the Doom and the Monkey King getting these side lanes to grab up all that experience. Spirit with a 5-man smoke. But EG, they've got the positioning here. Again, the Spirit Bearer, the only one showing. They're trying to front line and scout them out. While Abed, well, he could be in trouble.
Again, Miposhka.
Under the vision, jumps away. Remnant catches the bear. They will move up to D-Ward. The Observer on the high ground. EG very deliberate with their retreat. They've got the high ground ward again. This vision game, so back and forth. You've got a Zeus on one team, you've got Fly on the other. Sentries being spammed absolutely everywhere across this map.
Nightfall finally has his BKB done, so if Doom is used on someone else, that means that Enigma will have a very good opening in terms of using Black Hole on multiple people.
They're trying to get here to D-Ward. Toronto Tokyo very aggressive with his play, but he's got the Yules. Saves himself and the two-man balance for the Wukongs. In we go, Mira dominating, and EG lose a couple of heroes off the bat. The Black Hole! In comes Nightfall, but it's cancelled by the Doom. Yatoro can keep whacking away at EG, and they've got to run. They can't keep on fighting here. Team Spirit far too strong.
And they're going to catch him with the Remnant. There's no way Puck's getting out of this one. 2 buybacks already used on EG. It looked like a good opening because they try to fear Dazzle away and focus down on Monkey King, but not Monkey, Void Spirit, and he gets the Yule Scepter off, gets to dissimulate, and manages to survive there.
And how selfless Toronto Tokyo is with the Savage Roar, the Monkey King, the Blink Stomp, the Doom's here to save him, but the punch from Crit will catch Yatoro until Miposhka graves him, turns and fights with the Jingu stacks, life stealing away, but it shouldn't be enough. The bear will turn him into lunch. And collapse, and tangled and roared up by RTZ. But Toronto Tokyo coming in again. You see him fall so quickly.
They're still alive.
The bear still going with his double damage rune until Mira cuts him in half. Nightfall and Crit still want the Dazzle, and they'll play
again.
This final kill of the fight. Mira, I don't know, can you get out of this one? It's almost a 5-man wipe. Crit wants it real bad. The punch comes in, and Ahmed is respawned. Mira with a triple, but Nightfall and Ahmed's Puck will take down the last remaining member of Spirit.
Now, Mira will be pretty happy about this, even though it's a team wipe. For Team Spirit, he got so much gold. He's level 19 with the Aghanim Scepter. 3,000 damage, but the damage I'm looking at is Arteezy's damage. Did pick up that double damage rune on a bear, caught him mid-air while he's trying to get on the tree, gets the fear off, and they do focus him down. Even though he tried to man up, it was not enough.
But how does that end? That's a 7 for 5, right? Team Spirit lose 5 heroes, EG lose 5 with 2 diebacks of their 2 supports. Still a pretty massive swing of gold going the way of EG as it comes down from 12 to about 7. So that 5k net worth swing. And yeah, Lone Druid with a double damage rune and life stealing away with a Spirit Link. So incredibly potent when you've got a double damage.
In clutch. 1 Chain Lightning gets the bear and gets the hero as well. Buys the tome for himself, going into Refresher next. We talked about Zeus' ability to scale from position 4, but this is nuts.
Yeah, it's bonkers stuff. It's nearly 10k net worth. And again, this Aghanim Shard working wonders with that percentage-based damage.
Maybe the play there would be, now that I'm thinking of it, Toronto Tokyo getting in, using Yule Scepter on the bear to dispel DD. Maybe that would be the play, but also he was definitely afraid of him getting focused down and not having a dispel mechanic.
Yeah, this bear is really no joke now. Assault Cuirass, Basher. So he's got additional lockdown to catch the Monkey or the Doom during the BKBs. And Roshan, I mean, I'd forgotten he'd respawned and he was alive. A couple of fights we've had.
Because everyone was dead.
Everyone died. Usually we have a fight, someone wins it, they go into Roche Pit and take it. But no, a back and forth. Both teams eyeing up the prize, but it's EG that smoke under a dire ward again.
Under attack.
This ward has caught 2 or 3 smokes now.
Vision game from Spirit has been amazing this game. Inside Roche Pit, they better do something about it. Showing Yatoro on bottom. This means Roche's dead.
He's got no team.
Probably, unless he connects. Okay, he does have that talent, so gonna be able to connect with the team.
Yeah, leaping very quickly, treetop to treetop. And EG back themselves up to high ground. Arbed takes the haste and jaunts away. Clear out their own triangle while Team Spirit get the ward up on the high ground. They want to maneuver under their own vision, so they have that advantage in the team fight to pick their targets. And most importantly, this Nightfall Enigma in the sights of that collapsed Doom. Wait, does he have the Perseverance and the recipe already on the Courier? He doesn't.
No, he was just way too farmed, and Arteezy bringing in some extra raid bands.
Oh yeah. A few little stat items for him. I saw the Enigma with just an ultimate orb and I was like, hang on a second. He's got quite a way to go.
Eventually he is going to get it, so Doom will need to find a way to proc 2 of those. Thinking about getting a refresher, which is going to kick in the next couple of minutes.
Well, finally,
EG smoked with, this time, not under vision, but showing 2 heroes.
I will reveal with the Ice Shards where they are sitting. And the Thunder God's Wrath. Vision game again from Team Spirit, just too potent. And, oh, they're pinging Roshan here. I'm going to try and get some D-wards. Yeah, get the sentry down. Make sure he doesn't have any forward vision. And hold their positioning while... Oh, Arbed under a ward. He jumps away from the Remnant. Toronto, Tokyo trying to D-ward now, but he's coiled up and snaps. Snowball in, the punch from Crit. Trying to focus down the Void Spirit, but he's been graved and Aslan stepped away. Arteezy inside the Wukongs, they're fighting the bear.
Good
Both
fear.
of them, in fact, with the Solar Guardian. There's Fly with a heal and the Black Hole
Again
on the Doom. They catch Collapse, the big target they wanted, but the Grave again, saving him up. Miposhka doing a great job.
Can't get the Doom off.
They do kill Mira and Collapse now. The buybacks will flow through while Crit running back, but picked off by Yatoro. And Collapse has got Fly. Easy pickings on the Dawnbreaker to end the fight. No buybacks on either of those heroes. So a 5v3 heading into the pit.
This is going to be Roshan. We got to give credit to Arteezy. Some quick reactions with the Savage Roar to be able to get the Doom away from him when he jumped in, and then getting the bash, being able to focus him down. I think they need a bigger black. The only thing Nightfall is afraid of is this Doom. Yeah. So he's going to be looking out for him unless he gets that Lincoln Sphere. Then it's going to be a bit more easier for him. Doom is missing. They're pinging it out. They know that he does not have buyback.
Yeah, they need more time, EG. Keep on scaling. But with Aegis and Aghanim Shard in the hands of Team Spirit, this Monkey King has been an immense threat with the Wukong's command. So good at creating a zone that's like impenetrable for EG. Like, yeah, you blink, you black hole, okay, you've got a coil, but my Wukong's defeats you all.
Doom did pick up the shard already, so there is shard available. The only one who does not have shard is Void Spirit, so I mean, Monkey doesn't have it, but he does not want it.
It's not that amazing on him. I mean, Void Spirit with the Dissimulate is super nice to have. And Collapse just going to hold it for now, though. Arbed getting out of the Nimbus and the catch of the Monkey. Wants his own Lincoln Sphere. Once those Lincolns are done, EG become a completely different beast.
To restore the void within.
Much more able to freely play the team fights as they see fit. There's Scardy now. He might Might sell off his Echo Saber in a few minutes.
Oh, there's still Midas to sell.
I guess he'll disassemble Echo into this Bloodthorn.
Yeah, most likely. And also, we're getting very close to level 25 on Monkey King, holding that Aegis for 3.5 minutes, so he's definitely gonna get it. Then the team fights become even more difficult. Like, everything gets hit by Wukong's slowdown, applies Deso.
Yeah, and I guess with this extra Ogre Axe, he can turn it into an Aghanim Scepter at some point. So he's got ways to use all the items he's got. Well, it looks like I think he sold it. He sold the Ogre Axe.
No, it's on the courier. Near the secret shop. Oh, did he?
He sold it, yeah. It's gone. Because he had it all there, now it's Mage Slayer. And the remaining components of that Orchid and Bloodthorn. EG. Yep, again, under their own vision. Sentry from Miposhka clears it out, and they'll try and catch the Dazzle, but can't be done. Drifts away with his Force Staff. And now it's EG under the boot of Team Spirit being pushed back and hemmed into their own base. They need to keep these Observer Wards up so they can see where the Doom is. Where's the Zeus doing damage from as Crit is blown up under the Nimbus. TZ thinking about sending the bear forward, but Yatoro and Toronto Tokyo,
they're ready to jump in.
So
if
ready.
Bear gets close, there's this one ward again, scouting things out. TZ will go for Nimby. Just in case someone decides to jump in.
Well,
now he doesn't have it.
He's used it, and now they're jumping after it. He does have Lincoln's Lotus placed on him, pops the ulti as well. 50-second cooldown expended there as Arteezy incredibly afraid of Team Spirit's aggression.
They were ready to back him up. That Lotus Orb and Lincoln that you mentioned, and also Enigma having a black hole.
BKB blink Lincolns on the Enigma, yeah.
The good old Blinkins.
And does Puck have Lincolns as well? 100 gold away from it. So this timing, 38, 39 minutes in, should put a bit of pep in EG's step.
Penta Edge Sword found by EG. Spirit Bear will be holding that one. And Arteezy, most farm hero at the moment. Big boy Philly, extra gold kicking in. He's been holding that for 20 minutes now.
Yeah, he's had it the entire time, hasn't he? He's ahead of the Doom, which is always a surprise in itself. Oh, hello. Wukong's Nimbus, Boundless Strike, Lincoln's Pop, the Hex as well. Arped dead for 80 seconds, now Flight. Here's the next one on the meal ticket for Yatoro.
Big play from Miposhka, using Force Staff aggressively to proc that Lincolns and then getting the Poison Touch.
And now the Yules into Remnant, catching out the Dawnbreaker. 2 heroes dead for over a minute.
Oh, Arteezy's here. He's alone.
He's walked into disaster. They're going to finish off the bear, Doom up the hero. Toronto Tokyo, after step, the black hole does catch out the Doom, but Toronto Tokyo jumped away. They only find Collapse, and he's graved up. He's perfectly fine.
And he collapsed. A bit of a different thinking this time around. He was thinking about getting a Refresher as his next item, but decided to go for Aghanim Scepter, which does apply Break, so there's no Demolish, there's no Entangling Claws on Lone Druid in the true form.
Yeah.
Even Spirit Link. That's a big one.
The Spirit Link is huge. Passive lifesteal, incredibly important. We've seen Arteezy stay alive in fights solely because of that. Team Spirit come back into Triangle, get the D-Wards going, and launch themselves towards these tier 2s. So it looked like Toronto Tokyo was trying to find Crit, but he's already TP'd home.
Mira, position 4 Zeus, 40 minutes in, Aghanim's Shard, and a full Refresher. Level 23.
Oh.
Radiant's middle tower
beast.
has fallen.
Puck buying up the tome.
He wants that 25, wants to be able to pierce through BKBs, hold him in place for potential Enigma Black Hole. We haven't seen like good saves from Tusk this time around. They die so quickly. It's very difficult for you to jump in and just save someone. Also, your Blink Dagger is getting cancelled by Zeus. Because Mira, every single time he senses something is up, he's not saving that ulti for anything. He wants to provide vision for his team.
Yeah, that intel, so valuable to them. And it's the speed at which Team Spirit without even communicating, they see a hero or they see a group of heroes and they immediately know.
How do you know they're not communicating? They're
No,
just
it's as if they don't have to. It's as if they don't have to communicate. They just know they've got like telepathic links between them. They see a group of heroes, like, right, we're going to cast XY spell on XY hero perfectly, and they just disappear.
They've been on point with spellcasting, but again, gonna say Miposhka. He's been on point with Graves and how many wards he managed to kill. EG, it also comes down to having Zeus on the team. That helps out quite a lot, but EG's vision has been
lacking.
It was lacking, definitely.
It's a difficult one for Fly. He's being cancelled out as he tries to take the outpost. And Nimbus, it will be a bonus 125 gold for him, though.
Miposhka can keep the distance, having Ether Lens, having Force Staff to be able to close out the gap, and we see what we can do. Proc that Linken's on puck, get Poison Touch, that 2-second silence, silence / hex.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
I restore my connection.
Smoke again, and immediately.
Thunder God's Wrath. That gives the vision. EG trying to reposition themselves. Arteezy goes into ult form. But Team Spirit are beelining for top lane. Creep Wave has already met the tier 3 with a couple of catapults there. So EG are the ones that really have some difficult choices to make. Go for tier 2, yeah, but you're going to start losing your high ground incredibly quickly.
Your tier 3 tower, Glyph already forced. Is this going to be a race base?
It looks like it might be.
Race, let's go. Always down for that. Nah, Team Spirit's going to TP back. Oh, Nimby!
Who's it caught? It's caught Arteezy. Collapse, BKB's up, blink in a second. They're trying to move in towards them. The two-man Boundless, and now the Wukongs as well. Arteezy, he's dead.
You have a small circle, and you also have a big circle. Like 2 small circles and a Wukong's command. He used Refresher, provided vision. Mira on the Zeus, involved in 29 out of 34 kills. Pretty impressive.
It's 80 seconds without your lone druid now, and he's not got buyback or anywhere near it. A Yule's Remnant here from Toronto Tokyo is going to find maybe a bonus kill. The Shiva's Guard to slow down Fly. Dawnbreaker came in to try and save the Tusk's life. Abed jumping in and out, toying with Team Spirit, but they will pick off the Dawn in the end. Buyback is available on Fly, but they're still looking at Team Spirit running at your base.
They need to poke. They need to check whether Arteezy has buyback or not. It's very difficult to say at this point of the game, considering how much farm he was getting. And it's time to knock on their tier 3 towers again.
Yeah, looks like Zeus down bottom, just going to try and shove things out. He's got that global presence from the Nimbus, but 40 seconds left on Thunder God's Wrath cooling down.
Big Midnight Pulse. Gigantic AoE, plus a Wraith Pack. Seems like Spirit's gonna...
Oh, just chill.
Chill and go inside the pit. 20 seconds, that's more than enough to kill this Roshan if they start immediately. It's a refresher as well, so potentially another Doom, another Wukong's command, even like 3 ultis from Zeus plus 3 Nimbus. Nimbai.
You know you Greek very well.
It's Greek / Latin, not sure which one, but it is what it is. Dyer using a scan.
Or is it Nimbodies?
Not gonna be there on time.
No way for EG to get there fast enough. And Yatoro, no memeing this time. Roche is up. It isn't the Monkey King mischiefing himself into Roshan form. The evil geniuses. Maybe an opportunity though. So they see Collapse. But look at that quick jump. The black hole only on the Doom. Try and focus Collapse, but this Wukong's command so powerful at zoning EG back. Miposhka and Collapse will both die, but they're going to buy back up on the Doom, and Yatoro focusing in towards Arteezy, the lone druid. Battle Strike misses. Yatoro will finish it off with one more swipe with the bow staff. And they move towards the poor Fly Dawnbreaker now. As Team Spirit swipe down with sweet vengeance.
Couple of buybacks needed to use on Team Spirit to secure this fight. In 80 seconds without Lone Druid, they do have Aegis. Now it's time to see whether he has buyback or not. Enigma does not have Black Hole available. Getting very close to Refresher. If he sells Windlace, if he sells Magic Wand, and farms another wave, he might have it.
He's hoping he can sell the Vambrace and the Ninja Gear as well.
Oh yeah, so sell neutral items.
Sell the neutral items to get even more money. Oh, Nightfall. Collapses chasing.
That was close. That was super close.
Gets back to Fountain. A couple of hundred away.
Radiant's top
80
tower is
away,
under
sorry,
attack.
from a refresher orb. And there's the finished item.
This could be crucial. This could be game-changing if he refreshes, and never mind, Trit. They focus him down. Damage from Yataro's pretty nuts at this point of the game.
Yeah, it's bonkers stuff. They do have buyback on the Tusk, though. Something that Crit could utilize. Tier 3 down in the top lane.
20 seconds with no Arteezy.
That's 20 seconds where EG will just let buildings fall, allow the structural damage to be done by Team Spirit. Don't commit to anything until Artur is alive. They've got Spell Prism, level 25 talent on the puck. The catch though, Lincoln's popped. Our bed, phase shift. Can we jump away from this? Oh, just about.
Very close, and the Zeus now has Octarine, level 25. Man, these Zeus players from position 4, they really know how to farm, how to keep the distance. He's almost as farmed as Puck at this point of the game.
So you're going to start flaming them, these Zeus players?
Nah. Disgusting, using Heavenly Jump to get out of trouble.
Mira's going to jump across the map and get back towards the EG base. Still have 2 minutes 20 on Aegis, Cheese on the Void Spirit, and Refresher Shard over on Collapse's Doom. Aiming for a Refresher Orb himself. I'm not sure what that tip's for. But Nightfall. Oh, it's a misclick. There we go. This isn't a misclick. That's a big jump in. The black hole is onto the Monkey King, and the Void Spirit of the Grave may be able here to save up the Monkey. Does have the Aegis as well as backup. EG not losing anyone just yet. Well, Arbed toys with the backlines. Monkey King does die the first time.
Does have a BKB.
Hides in the tree line. Mira zaps back in
And
towards
another
Arbed,
one.
but the black hole is there again. Monkey King caught up. Grave, but he's gonna turn. The BKB Wukongs. He's still healing up.
It's not gonna be enough.
He's gonna be taken out by Artesian Crit though.
Big play from Nightfall. Also, I love that he wrote misclick. I look at the screen, I'm not looking at what's happening. I'm reading the chat. Suddenly, he lands a perfect black hole. A little bit of a distraction there, but it worked out in the end. Also, double damage spawn bottom.
Oh, the DD. Did they see it? Give it to Bear. Oh, come on, EG. Fly will scout it out. Send the Bear down here. Give
No
him
one
the double
has
damage
buyback
rune.
on their side. 60 seconds until
This-
Monkey King.
This is game.
They're just gonna go and end the game. They're gonna poke, see what happens.
What do you mean poke? That's not poking. The buildings just cease to exist. The
they're
Bear
still
is
thinking.
destroying them so quickly. Tier 4s, here we go. EG gonna
They got
finish off the
nothing.
game. There's nothing to stop them. Oops, yeah. Go on, EG, finish it off. Team Spirit,
But
in such a
buybacks are
dominant
available.
position, have just lost everything. GG's called.
What an ending.
What?
I mean, you have the best hero in the game to close out the game like this. I guess they got baited by the misclick.
That's ridiculous scenes.
I cannot believe that they managed to make a turnaround play. Big plays from Nightfall on Enigma. Being
Holy
able to
crap.
lock down. No cheese popped by Void Spirit. He did have a full Wind Waker. Didn't get the chance to use it.
Yeah, and going back to what the panel was saying in our opening statements before the game, right? EG with a lot of pushing power from the Lone Druid and a team fight to back it up. Enigma with that surprise refresher orb. Team Spirit
he
didn't know what
got
hit
them in the end. I don't know. I think Team Spirit needs to take
We can hear our voices going up. What just happened?
Yeah, they definitely need to sit down and figure out what happened. But maybe panel has to say about what happened in this game.
Yeah, over to them.
All I have to say is everyone should listen to Lizard and Gods more often. Both of you guys predicted this EG win, and in such a fashion as well. That final fight was crazy. We're going to talk about the final fight eventually, because ultimately I want to focus on the fact that EG had a really rough start to this, and what you pointed out, Lizard, was that Spirit can kind of struggle towards the middle of the game, and that is what we saw play out here in Game 1.
Yeah, they definitely struggled a little bit in the mid-game, a couple of those fights. First and foremost, the game was absolute pleasure to watch.
Oh yeah, start to finish.
The finish, for some, for NA fans, I guess.
There's a lot of salty people in the Twitch chat now.
Yep.
A lot of people deleting their comments from earlier in the game.
What
Let's
airport are
scrub
you
that.
talking about? We're in NA. It's not necessary. But yeah, like in that mid game, there was one crucial fight with the double damage on the bear that kind of turned it back into EG's favor. They had a really rough opening, really rough laning stage. It didn't work out for them. But that fight brought it back a little bit, and it matters a lot because you're playing against an Enigma, and every single item is crucial. You get that BKB, it doesn't really matter. There's still a Doom against you. But once that Linken's comes into play and then a Refresher, bit by bit they got to this place. They got to the end game that they were able to take.
Yeah, I want to, I guess, talk about, mid-game, great, but this fight here that we're seeing on our screen, guys, I want you to walk me through just how well it went for EG and why.
I mean, the big thing, Black Hole, Nightfall, this guy